Alright, Catherine, I'm going to attempt to make a short video explaining how to get these values to work out. There's currently no air conditioning in our building, so it's about 95, maybe 100 degrees in here, so I got a fan on. Hopefully it's not too loud. Alright, here's your email you sent me. You said values BD and FO never changed and you can't get them correct. So I'm going to show you how to get this right here, how to get the correct value for BD. Okay? Alright, before we can get BD, we need to look at this right here. Now, if I bring your email back in here, BD is referring to this one up here. Okay? That would be your BO, that would be your 15, that would be your BD. Okay, so what we're trying to calculate is this value of II. Okay, hopefully you agree with me there. Okay. Alright, to get II, we need this down here. So II is equal to I times 1, J times 2, K times 3, and L times 4. So we're basically working with this column. Now, with yours, what that column would be this column, this third column right here. Okay? So, to get II, it's I times 1. So this I right here, is the same as your D6. Okay? So when I say I times 1, I'm talking about D6 times whatever's in this position. Okay? So D6 times right here. So D6 times O2. Then J times 2. So J, this position would be your 25. So 25 times 2, which would be O3. So 25 times O3. And then K3. So K, the third one down, would be your O2. And the 3 right here would be O1. And then L times 4. So L, which would be 70 times 4 times 1. Okay? So I've already done this on paper, so I'm going to bring in that paper and I'm going to walk you through what I did. Okay? So, based on what I just showed you, we need D6 times O2. 25, like I'm saying here at the top, 25 times O3, O2 times 1, there's O2 times 1, and 70 times 1, and 70 times 1. Alright, I'm going to walk you through what I did with each one. Alright, now, D6 times O2. First thing we got to do is convert them to binary. So D6 turns out to be this right here. Okay, 1101, 0110. You can actually find it on the spreadsheet, which I'm going to show you real quick. It's on the spreadsheet at the very bottom right there. Okay, I can't bring it all on the screen all at one time. So D6 is 1101, 0110. See where I got that? 1101, 0110. That's D6. O2 is 0000, 0010. See, there's 0 and there's 2, 0010. Okay, let me get that out of the way. So D6 is right there, O2 is right there. Now we have to convert them to algebraic format. So D6, if you remember this right here, okay, so 1101 would be x to the 7th, x to the 6th. We have no x to the 5th. Yeah, I made some errors writing mine, but I fixed it. Then x to the 4th. So 7, 6, nothing, 4. So I got 7, 6, no 5, but I do have a 4. So D turns out to x to the 7th, x to the 6th, and x to the 4th. Alright? Now the 6, so if that was the 4th, then that's x to the 3rd. We don't have any. That's x squared. We have 1. That's x, and that's the 1. So we end up having 7, 6, 4, 2, and x. 7, 6, 4, 2, and x. Okay, see where I got that? Okay. Now, O2, obviously, 0 is all zeros. 2 is 0010. Again, if we were to put that in our little recording here, it would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So we end up with just an x. Okay? So you'll notice right here we end up with just an x. So we have x to the 7th, x to the 6th, x to the 4th, x squared, x, and an x. So we need to multiply them. What we do is we take this x and multiply this. So when you do that, each number gets raised. So x to the 7th becomes x to the 8th. X to the 6th becomes x to the 7th. X to the 4th becomes x to the 5th. X squared becomes x to the 3rd. X becomes x squared. Okay? Well, now we got a problem. Remember this whole glorious issue? Remember, we're only at x to the 7th, but we got an x to the 8th. How do we fix it? We have an x to the 8th. That's where the problem is coming in. Just so happens, your name has a lot of letters that cause this. So, all right, I'm going to show you how to fix it. So if you go to like 2 slides later, maybe 3 slides later, I talk about the glorious field. What the glorious field is this right here. X to the 8th, x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x and 1. It's right here. I give it to you. Okay? See it right there? X to the 8th, x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x and 1. So I give you that. So pretty much just put them all together, these two together, and cross out common factors. Okay? So cross out the 8s. We leave the 7 because we don't have one. So we bring the 7 down. Okay, we only have one 5, so we bring the 5 down. Okay, now we only have one 4, so we bring the 4 down. So far we've only crossed out the 8th, x to the 8th. Okay, now we have 2x to the 3rd, so that wipes them out. So you notice there's no more x to the 8th here, and there's no more x to the 3rd here. So then there's x squared. We only have one of those, so we bring that down. There's one x and one 1. So we end up with, by crossing out our common factors, remember this, the d6 times the 2, gave us this x to the 8th, x to the 7th, x 5th, 3rd, and 2, or x squared. And I multiply it, it's too big. So we bring in the glorious field, cross out the common factors, and we get x to the 7th, x to the 5th, x to the 4th, squared, x and 1. Now we can convert it. So we get 1, 0, 1, 1, and 0, 1, 1, 1, which comes out to be 7. Don't particularly need B7 now, but I'm just doing it. Okay. So D6 times 0, 2 gives us B7. We're not done. Okay. Let me bring up your email. No, the email you had something else, so I don't know exactly where you got yours. But that's most likely where your problem is. But I'm going to finish this one up so you can see how we get the right answer. So now we're going to work on 25 times 3. Normally this times 3 is what causes the issue. But for yours it was not. It was actually the D that caused the issue. Okay, so 25 times 3. There's 2. 0, 0, 1, 0 is 2. Okay, and the 5 is 0, 1, 0, 1. Again, we could bring in the spreadsheet wherever I put it, which shows you 25. There's 2 and there's a 5. So 25 times 03. 03 ends up being all zeros. Then 0, 0, 1, 1 is a 3. And you'll notice 3 is right there, 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay. So we multiply them together. So it's what happens is we multiply the x first. So x times x to the 5th gives us x to the 6th. X squared times x gives us x to the 3rd. X times 1 gives us x. Plus, now we're going to multiply the whole thing again times 1. So we're right up to here so far. X to the 6th, x to the 3rd, and x. Plus x to the 5th times 1 is x to the 5th. X squared times 1 is x squared. 1 times 1 is 1. So we have to have both of those in there. So this first part is x. The second part is 1. Okay. So now let's put them all in order. We have x to the 6th. We bring in the x to the 5th. We have no x to the 7th. We have no x to the 4th. There's x to the 7th, there's x to the 4th. We have an x to the 3rd, we have an x squared, we have an x, and we also have a 1. Okay? So that brings in, converts to 0, 1, 1, 0, which is the 6, and I will show you that. 0, 1, 1, 0, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, which is 1, 1, 1, 1, or F. So far we got B7 and 6F. We're halfway home. Actually, we're more than halfway home. Now we get to the third part here, the 0, 2 times 0, 1. Well, 0, 2 ends up being 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So just plain old x. 1 is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. X times 1 is x, so basically it's the same thing. Okay? So x times 1 is x. Since we started with x, so we started with the 0, 2 times 0, 1, we end up with the 0, 2. It does not change. The same for the next one, 70 times 0, 1. Any number times itself, any number times 1 is itself. So 70 times 1 is 70. So this 0, 2 and the 70 stay the same. Okay? Alright. Now let me bring in page 2. I have it right here. See if I can make it a little bit bigger, but so we can still see it all. Okay. So if you remember from this first page, we had B7, 6F, 0, 2, and 70. So I brought in B7, 6F, 0, 2, and 70. So B7, and if you notice the binary is the same, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, so it's the same binary. 6F was 0, 1, 1, 0. I don't know if you can see it. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that's B7. We're XORing it with 6F. We end up, one or the other, but not both. So 1 and 0 is 1. 0 and 1 is 1. 1 and 1 is 0. 1 and 0 is 1. Then 0 and 1 is 1. And all the rest are 1s, so we get all zeros. 1 and 1 is 0. So B7 and 6F XORed together give us D8. Then we need XOR O2 with that. So now we're taking that D8, XORing O2. O2 is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So obviously the first 4 come down. So it's 1, 1, 0, 1. Then with the 0, 2, we end up with 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay? So we end up with DA. Very close, but not exactly the same. This O2 is changing it a little bit. Then we bring down the 07. Okay? So DA and I'm sorry, 7, 0. So DA and 7, 0. 1 and 0 is 1. 1 and 1 is 0. 0 and 1 is 1. 1 and 1 is 0. 1 and 0 is 1. 0 and 0 is 0. 1 and 0 is 1. And 0 and 0 is 0. So 1, 0, 1, 0, and if we look on the chart, 1, 0, 1, 0 is A. Okay? Since they're both identical, AA. And AA just happens to be the correct answer for the top row, third position. In your email, you kept getting BD. BD is incorrect. What you need is AA. Okay? So hopefully I've showed you exactly how to get that value. And if you follow these steps, I mean, like I said, your name has a lot more, needs a lot more of the glorious field than other normal, well, not to say not normal names, but other names. Hopefully I showed you how to do it so you can figure out the rest. All right? So work on it. Let me know if you got any issues. Hopefully the way I'm showing this to you is helping. I couldn't find an easier way to do it. So remember, that third position is AA. So you have B0, 15, BD. It should be B0, 15, then AA. I didn't do all the rest, but at least you'll get that one now. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you.